This video offers a comparative study of the buyback of shares under the Company Act 2063 and BAFIA 2073. We will cover 8 key areas, including what a share buyback is, the sources and circumstances of a buyback, and the manner and time limit for the process. A buyback is a corporate action where a company repurchases its own shares from existing shareholders, typically at a price higher than the market price, which reduces the number of shares outstanding. While generally restricted, buyback of shares is permitted with some exceptions. The sources of a buyback are the same under both acts, coming from free reserves available for distribution as dividends. Before a buyback, companies under the Companies Act 2063 provide information to the company registrar, while those under BAFIA 2073 require prior approval from the NRB. The conditions for a buyback are categorized as non-financial and financial. Non-financial conditions are the same under both acts and include shares being fully paid up, authorization by the Articles of Association, and a special resolution. Financial conditions are also the same. The maximum value of shares to be bought back is 20% of the total paid-up capital and general reserves, and the debt-to-equity ratio must not exceed 2 times the capital and general reserves after the buyback. The resolution or approval matters differ slightly. The Companies Act 2063 requires inclusion of the reason and necessity, financial impact evaluation, and the mode of buyback in the general meeting resolution. BAFIA 2073 requires approval from the NRB and includes the reason and necessity, possible financial impacts, and the maximum and minimum amount required. Under the Companies Act 2063, the time limit for buyback is within 12 months of adopting the special resolution. Under BAFIA 2073, it is within 6 months of obtaining NRB approval or 12 months after the special resolution, whichever occurs later. The manner of buyback also varies. Both acts allow buyback from the securities market and existing shareholders on a proportionate basis. However, the Companies Act 2063 permits buyback from employees under employee schemes, while BAFIA 2073 does not. For Capital Redemption Reserve, both acts impose a mandatory requirement to create CRR, equal to the nominal value of shares bought back. This fund must be maintained as if it were the paid-up capital. For submission of the return of buyback, both acts require submission within 30 days of completion. Companies Act 2063 submits to the CRO, while BAFIA 2073 submits to the NRB. Both must include the number of shares bought back, the amount paid, and other necessary details. Cancellation of shares bought back must occur within 120 days of the completion of the buyback under both the Companies Act 2063 and BAFIA 2073. The Companies Act 2063 restricts reissuance of shares of a particular class bought back for 2 years, except for the issue of bonus shares or payment of liabilities. BAFIA 2073 does not incorporate a similar provision.